Hello everybody, my name is Viera-Ramos, and this is the 14th episode of Origin Stories. We're now talking about a specific character who is invisible, yet the only part that's not invisible is his tea bag. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else who does not want to be identified as, and everyone in the universe, I'd like you to present... So, the biggest case. We're talking about another member who's an outlier, invisi-sack, who is entirely invisible, yes, but the only thing that's not invisible is his tea bag, which in that casualty led to his enemies, the Decepticons and the Autobots, laughing at him. But not only the Autobots Decepticons, but also even his colleagues started laughing at him. Like in this scene. And not only he was laughed at, he was actually even insulted by both his enemies and his colleagues. Which, yes, I can get why he's being ridiculed by both his enemies and his colleagues. I wonder what they started saying about him.
Don't feel bad. You did a fine job tossing your little balls around.
Anyways. So, give me a few moments. Hey. So basically, what is his personality? He is self-conscious, yet cocky, which led him to being trolled like Chris Chan, another member. He knows everyone can see only that part of him, so he can overcompensate with swagger and confidence, even if he's deeply insecure. Comedic relief. I already mentioned it, so let's mention it again. Often the butt of jokes, but he also cracks his own jokes to stay in control of the laughter. Unpredictable prankster. Oh no. Ah! Uses his invisibility to sneak around, confuse enemies, or make ridiculous entrances, always making situations more awkward than they need to be. And the funny thing is that, they usually target his jewels, but he keeps avoiding it. Boing, 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 boing. He's surprisingly competent, although everyone is very incompetent. Despite their ridiculous appearance, he can fight, strategize, or even... Well, he doesn't lead, he's not a good leader. When needed. The contrast makes him more interesting. Secretly wants normalcy. Deep down, he wishes he wasn't defined by the crown jewels or his tea bag, but he learns to embrace it as part of his unique identity. Yes, indeed. So, let's move on to his origin story, because that's the point of the episode. So, before he was recruited by icarly, he was actually a high school student who was kind of a perv and had liked a few girls. But he wishes to either be invisible or to stop time to get with the ladies and not be noticed. So, but of course, he could not accomplish those dreams. Wah, wah, wah. So, of course, a stranger offered him a potion that could make him invisible. But that invisibility, the stranger didn't tell him and lied to the kiddo that it was temporary and can be washed off. So he tried. He tried putting himself that invisibility spray. But keep in mind that potion was not full, thus he was invisible in everywhere in his body except his tea bag. So when he tried washing it off, he found out it was permanent. Wop, 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 wop. Eventually, in high school, he was ridiculed by that. Well, no one actually saw him until his voice. And don't forget, all the high school jocks began punching it. His tea bag. Until it was very much hurt. After the invisibility potion, he was declared an outcast. That's until one of icarly's generals, which was Scream It Actor doesn't speak. It was actually, I don't know which general it was, but I think it was Miss Smoothlips, which offered him to join the Heralds of icarly, in which he took the offer, but although he did join, he was still ridiculed to this very day. So, that was his origin story. But he was manipulated into hating Decepticons and Autobots. Just like everyone else that I've talked about. The Hook 4, Shrimpy the Shrimp, Audrey, Influencer Smurf, Arissa Fazbear, many others. So, yes. This has been Kendra Viera-Ramos. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh, there's my ball!